Guys, day 29. Hallelujah. This we have a pineapple, melon, ginger, carrot, and I think a little bit of something else. Oh, look how orange. Look how, wow, so nutritious. So, wow, this life. Vibrancy in a jar. This is a reminder that I will be going live on the 1st of January at like just after midnight GMT. I think most of you guys are from the States, so that's like 5 hours minimum behind. So like 7 p.m. for you guys. So I will be eating live, eating my feast, sharing what I'm eating, and we get to welcome in the new year together, set some goals, set some intentions, and really rejoice in closing this chapter and starting a new one. And I know a couple of you guys are doing the cleanse in January, so we get to welcome that in style, and hopefully you guys can join me with your first juice of the year. Yes. So something really nice happened to me earlier today. I was leaving the supermarket, and I bumped into a neighbor that I had not seen in like a couple of months. And of course, we just like wish each other Happy New Year, Happy Holidays and such. And then, of course, I was cycling home, and just as I was about to take off, she said, "Wow, you really look like you should be on the cover of a magazine." And I was like, that's a really nice compliment. Thank you so much. And it made me think, like, of course I'm a model. What are my objectives, What am I aiming for? And am I aiming high enough? And in terms of the goals that I want to set for the next year, in terms of acting, in terms of modeling, in terms of my career, in terms of my life overall, how can I be on that level? So it was just food for thought. It was a wonderful compliment, and it motivated me to really carve out my year for next year and have the audacity to dream. Unfortunately, not so unfortunate, but somewhat unfortunately, I had so many dates today. Like, honestly, I'm not sure if they have like a hospital for date addictions, but that is me. I would be like the first patient. Guess how many dates I had? Please, someone guess. I'll give you 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. 25. I had 25 dates. How? So yes, the addiction really is real. But the surprising thing is that no matter how many like dates I eat in a week, it doesn't change anything about me. I still feel so vibrant. I don't feel tired. I feel energized. That is why I only had like 2 of these containers of juice because of those dates. So I had a similar juice this morning, but I added parsley and mint and spinach, and I didn't have any carrot, so it was a green juice. I had a really lovely yoga class today with a teacher I'd never met before, and it was such a kind experience because what she kept reminding us, what she kept saying to us was, don't listen to your inner critic. You have no reason to judge yourself. And wherever you are right now is absolutely perfect. You don't have to be the most flexible. You don't have to go as deep. Wherever you are right now is ideal for you. And so I love my yoga teachers, the different ones that I have both online and in person, because they always come with a spirit and an energy of kindness and non-judgment. And so that attitude is something that I take off the mat and I put into real life. So throughout this day, or throughout this month, actually, it's been total like non-judgment and showing a lot of self-compassion and self-love. Do you guys do anything spiritual in that way, like yoga or any like mindful physical exercise like Tai Chi, any martial arts that bring together the mind, the spirit, and the body? Let me know. Overall, since we're really coming to the end of this cleanse, I'm really motivated to like just pursue all of my goals and really get clear about where I want to go. Now that I feel so good about myself and I feel like I have a lot of love, that I am with God. In terms of the motivation for next year, I want to do it with God again. So I don't want to basically fall out of alignment. Now that I've found alignment in the spiritual realm, what if I bring that alignment? What if I bring my intuition? What if I bring my higher self into my career, into the areas where I want to be more productive and I want to achieve certain things? Yes, I've never done that. And before, like, I've always been very, like, as I mentioned in previous videos, I've always been driven. I've always been like career orientated, goal orientated from a very young age. But I don't think I've had a significant period where I've been listening to the voice of God within. So that's like the most important thing for the next year, is putting the will of God first. However that manifests, listening to the signs and really like tuning in to myself. It would mean, of course, a lot more silence actually, because God does not talk in large crowds. This is probably one of my favorite juices actually. I think it's top 5. It's so, wow, I feel energized. I feel like I can cartwheel. I literally feel like I can twerk on someone's son right now. So I'm continuing with the sprouting process, which is really interesting, especially with that black cover. It's encouraging the chickpeas and the lentils to sprout even quicker. I've never had such quick results in under 24 hours. So I'm excited to taste that and also to offer my mom these raw alternatives to some of the foods that she loves. She eats hummus almost every week now, but hers is store-bought hummus, and she can make hummus. Hummus is common spread in South Sudan and in Sudan, so it's not that she's unfamiliar with the techniques. It's very easy, but actually introducing her to homemade hummus, it would be like a better, healthier alternative. And coming back to the idea of motivation, from tomorrow, since tomorrow marks the first week of the new year, I want to get into a regular schedule again. I'm no longer going to be on holiday mode. I want to get back to waking up at a set time and going to bed at a set time. Even though I will have dance classes in the evening, I still want to keep that regularity that I had in the previous month. And in terms of healing, I'm just excited to grow more in the future and to open up to ease actually. I was listening to a great episode of The School of Greatness. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with Lewis Howes, but I've been listening to him for years. I really highly recommend his content. And if you go back to some of his old podcasts, you can see the wonderful evolution, his wonderful evolution over the years into like a really formidable man. Because he's such a man of honor and greatness actually, the people that he consistently attracts on his podcast are actually highly worthy, highly abundant beings who think abundantly, who live abundantly, and who exude so much kindness and love. So I really recommend The School of Greatness. Anyways, the episode that I was listening to today was with Yara Shahidi. She was talking about how she's had a certain amount of like abundance and success and happiness, and what was key, what was really coming out of that was the fact that she spoke about how easy it was. And I know what happens when you're in a sort of flow state, you're in surrender to the universe, to the will of the universe, or to the will of God. There's a lot of flow that comes with it, and it's actually easier than it would be if you just tried and forced things in your own vision, in your own way. So it was just a reminder for the next year, a reminder for all of us actually. How do we surrender to the will of the universe and do what's necessary according to that plan, according to those downloads, according to the whispers? How do we sit back really and then take action? So sit back in order to receive the guidance and then take action according to the guidance we just received. And from the store today, I bought parsley. I'm so excited to plant that tomorrow. And I don't know how to plant it actually, but I don't know what I'm doing really with a lot of these plants. I planted strawberries earlier this year. I'm growing green onions, spring onions right now. I will be growing onions and carrots very soon, garlic as well. I have no idea what I'm doing, really. I'm not a farmer, but I'm becoming a farmer. So it's really about like launching into the deep end and seeing what happens, knowing that I will stay afloat, you know. As I mentioned yesterday, these dreams, the ease with which I fall asleep is delicious. I mean, I always slept easy, to be honest. Since I was a kid, it's easy for me to sleep absolutely anywhere. But just the feeling of going to sleep and the feeling of napping is quite different. It's like, you know, It's so beautiful. So I continue to do Kundalini style meditations in the morning. And I think maybe from next week, I'll start to incorporate Kundalini style morning yoga to wake me up and to get the breath going and to move that energy up through my body. Especially now that I'm studying the chakras and learning about the healing power that comes with unblocking and unlocking each of the 7 chakras. And also the power of just moving the energy, moving the chi, or what do they call it, the prana throughout the body. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. And lastly, I want to continue to spend less time on my phone. God, I can't stop staring at these nails. Damn. So sharp. I'm not sure if you guys remember what was the movie Holes, right? Where the warden has her nail varnish, right? I want to do a scene like that. It's a really good movie if you haven't seen it, and it's a really good book if you haven't read it. It's a one for kids, but it's still fantastic. Overall, in terms of this season, I want to continue spending less time on my phone, less time on my computer, and more time like living. Not that I'm not living, but it's really good to be aware of the impact, for example, of social media and how best to cut down. So my phone is usually actually in grayscale, but I still can enjoy videos in grayscale, and my weakness is actually YouTube because I find it just so stimulating and so interesting. I've gone a step further and applied, it's sort of like, what mode is it? I think it's called inverted mode. So everything is like weird. It's very interesting, but it's not so stimulating. Therefore, I can continue to spend less time on my phone and keeping it constantly as it is on Do Not Disturb, so I don't receive any notifications still. That is it for me. I hope you guys are doing well. Thank you always for watching. I'm wishing you a wonderful evening, a wonderful Sunday, and I will see you tomorrow for the penultimate day of this cleanse. Ciao.